Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So I tell you, I have been so absolutely busy over the past 2 days. Actually, it's been more than 2 days. It's really started last Thursday with preparation for everything, but it really took off over the weekend and on Monday, Tuesday. But anyway, I am now a college student. I'm going to West Virginia Wesleyan. So, yeah, that's great. And and I tell you, I was going there. I wasn't quite sure what to expect because it is in the area where I've grown up. And I went there, and, yeah, it turns out pretty, it's a good college. I like it so far. A lot of the subject matter is really intriguing, thought-provoking, which is good and which I like. It holds your attention. There was one person that I know that I mean, she seemed like a nice lady and all, but just it was way over my head. It was so. For me, I think it would have been dull and boring, and I just got switched into something else. So, but anyway, other than that, I mean, it's been pretty decent. I like the college. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Been very busy. We had orientation, registration, all this other stuff that I had to go through, opening events, lectures, and all this stuff. But now everything's settling down, and I'm getting to my regular college schedule. So it's not all that cramped. It was real, like I had over scheduled myself quite a bit, and it just was. It was just going to be hard to balance everything out. And they said, well, you won't have to take as many senior year. And I get that. I'm still taking enough, so I won't have to take as much senior year. But I just wanted to really kind of work my way into it, I think, and just watch and make sure that I'm not like overly stressing myself out because I've got a lot going on, as many of you know. And, you know, for those of you that have listened to the program for years and have kept up on stuff that I've been, you know, involved in. But anyway, yeah, it's a good college. I like it so far. The only thing that I have an issue with is a gender studies department that has like 52 different genders that they study, because last time I checked there was only 2. But other than that, I mean, it's a good college. So far, that's the thing. I know a lot of the people that are going there, a lot of the people, a lot of the professors I knew prior to going to West Virginia Wesleyan. So that's always helpful. I know a lot of the kids that are going there. One of my best friends is headed there, so that's another good thing. So yeah, I mean, overall, I'm impressed. I like it, so far. So, we'll see, how it all goes. But anyway, guys, so getting back to what we have talking about here, just want to give you a little explanation for what is going on and, what was going on Monday, Tuesday. But, we have a bunch of stuff that is in the news. Donald Trump was at this, rally yesterday, in Phoenix, Arizona. I think it was in Phoenix. It was in Arizona. I'm pretty sure it was in Phoenix. Yeah, it was in Phoenix. And anyway, he was talking about how the media was completely portraying him as being this absolute racist, as being this, you know, member of the Ku Klux Klan minus the, you know, hood and everything. And I tell you, it's just so absolutely pathetic because I'm looking here at how the media has been portraying his speech in Phoenix, and I'm just going to tell you, as expected, they are really portraying it negatively. Like you have the Washington Post that is saying that Trump's crowd slowly thinned, and you read through this whole entire article, and it mentions nothing about a deteriorating crowd. It says nothing about that kind of stuff. I mean, I've been reading through it, and I haven't seen anything. I mean, it's just absolutely insane how they tried to portray the president, and they are anything that they possibly can do to make him look bad. They are trying to do. It's absolutely pathetic. And I got to tell you, so Trump had this event in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was attended by a large group of people. There were a lot of people there, and I was watching Fox News, and they brought this commentator on, and they were asking him, what was the point of this rally? Now, I watched the whole speech, okay? And Trump was talking about how the media was calling him racist, how they said that he didn't condemn the Ku Klux Klan and the white supremacists. But the thing is that he so clearly did because he condemned the violence on both sides. And as I said in my column that came out today, I stated that by the liberal left not wanting Trump to condemn the violence that's coming from those who profess to be liberals, they are fine as long as violence is committed in the name of liberalism. So that tells me that the mainstream media endorses violence. That's what that tells me. They're fine with violence committed in the name of liberalism. But if it comes from those who profess to be conservative, they believe that that needs to be condemned. It's so hypocritical on their behalf. But see, while we're distancing ourselves from the white supremacists, from the racists, because they don't represent our values, and the Nazis have more in common with Bernie Sanders than they do with us because they're socialists, because we're distancing ourselves from them, they are not distancing themselves from organizations like Antifa. They are not distancing themselves from organizations like Black Lives Matter. And those are two organizations that commit arson, that set fires ablaze. Like I've mentioned on this program before, Black Lives Matter has set or business owners that are owned by they have set businesses owned by black business owners. There, I got it out. And it's so absolutely ridiculous. They are creating arson without respecting the lives of the own people that they are saying matter in their community. So it's just so absolutely pathetic what we're seeing take place here. But while we're distancing ourselves from the racists, from the Nazis, because they don't represent us, they are not distancing themselves from Antifa. They are not distancing themselves from Black Lives Matter. They are embracing them, and they are attacking Trump because he condemned them also. Now, doesn't it make sense that you should be condemning all violence as Trump did? Because Black Lives Matter is known for arson. They are known for riots. They are known for vandalism. Antifa is known for assault. They are known for violence. They are known for oppressing those who disagree with them. So why in the world would their behavior be deemed acceptable when the other side is practicing the same exact type of behavior? Because bigotry is intolerance of somebody over religion, even over opinions, things like that. You're just intolerant of people and you're saying, nope, sorry, you don't have a right to express that. And if you do, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to beat you up. That's what Antifa does. They assault those who disagree with them. And that's something that is very, very scary. And while they profess to be an anti-fascism organization, they are fascists. They are the definition of fascism. So, the thing that gets me about this whole ridiculousness is that the media continuously supports these people. They continuously support these people. They condemn Trump for condemning violence overall, no matter which political direction that it's coming from. And that's scary. That is scary. Because violence overall should be condemned. And by the liberal mainstream media defending violence that's coming from the left, that is messed up. Absolutely messed up. And how they are so able to paint Donald Trump as being the one that is actually encouraging the violence. It's ridiculous. And just as I read for you in that one article that came out, I forget if it was in the New York Post or where it was, but it was out of one of the major mainstream organizations. I'd have to go back through show notes and pull it out for you. But the thing is that in that article, it said that Donald Trump was actually praised by white supremacists because of his statement. But when we went back and we looked at what David Duke said in response to Trump's message condemning the hatred and condemning the violence and condemning all the bigotry that was taking place, David Duke was slamming Donald Trump. He wasn't praising him. So what white supremacists were praising Donald Trump for his remarks? No one. But that's what the media reported. Why did they report that? Because that was their own little conjuring up of a story. It's fake news. What is fake news? Fake news is news that's not real. That consists of false information. What's false information? That white supremacists were happy about Trump's statements condemning the violence, condemning the overall hatred. But the media is lying to you. That's why it's so imperative. Cable is expensive anyway. You might as well just cut it. Because all that's on there anymore is worthless. It is. It's all worthless. Like, there's nothing on cable that you can't get online. And it's better content. Like, you can get content like this. You can get other conservative content. You can get content that'll actually tell you the truth that's, unbiased and that doesn't have any political affiliation whatsoever. It is possible if you dig for it. But I tell you guys, it's just so absolutely ridiculous. The media is just garbage. CNN is garbage. Fox News is borderline garbage. That's where that guy said that. What was the point of Trump's speech? The point of Trump's speech, Fox News, was, calling out all the media, was revealing that Trump actually made remarks against racism, against bigotry, against hatred, that you guys said that he didn't do. He read out verbatim what he said opposing racism, what he said opposing the Ku Klux Klan. And we can go through a long history of, even back to the year of 2000, where Trump, condemned David Duke and said David Duke was a bad hombre. Bad guy. Didn't say bad hombre, but he said he wasn't a good guy. He condemned David Duke all the way back in the year 2000. And then when they ask him again in more recent years, and he doesn't remember the name, they say, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that. Well, he said it back in 2000. He didn't remember his name. So what? I didn't know who David Duke was until they started making a big deal about him, supporting Donald Trump. But I got news for you. There were members of the Ku Klux Klan that were supporting Hillary Clinton. And they loved that little remark that she made about having hot sauce in her purse to accommodate the black people. Did you hear that? Did you ever hear that? She made that remark. You ought to check it out. She also said that she operates on, this is her word, CPT, which stands for colored people time, because she said that black people are always late. That's Hillary Clinton. She also said that white supremacist and Ku Klux Klan member Robert C. Byrd, senator who served as a Senate majority leader for the Democrats for many years, all the way up until probably the late 80s, early 90s, I think late 80s, like 1989, but he was a senator all the way up through the 2000s. She called him her friend and mentor, which means that she modeled her political career after many of the values that he stood for, that he basically served as a coach for. So how does that feel? That the most important person in her life was Robert C. Byrd, a Ku Klux Klansman who served as a recruiter. Does that make you feel any better? Does that make you feel good? Does that make you feel like Hillary Clinton isn't a racist? Does that make you feel like the Democrats have strayed away from racism? Or that they secretly have that as an underlying layer tone and they're just trying to manipulate people who are African American to vote Democrat because they have that long history of racism, so they're trying to basically do the tactic of the devil and deceive you into voting for their party, even though they're secretly oppressing you and getting you hooked on these types of programs that they can continue to manipulate and operate your life. Because the Democratic Party, all slavery was that it was controlling people's lives. It was controlling everything that they do and taking advantage of them for your own purposes. That's what it was. When you have blacks that are working on plantations, what are you doing? You're manipulating them. You're enslaving them against, in that case, it's against your will or against their will, and you're getting them to do your work. Well, that's exactly what the Democrats are doing today. Things haven't changed all that much. 95% of black people voted Democrat. And, the also amazing thing is that Democrats always talk about how if you end up cutting welfare programs or you cut any type of things like that, because, you're actually wanting to put people back to work, that you're going to oppress the African Americans, the minorities. Why is that? Because they've gotten the minorities on those programs, and they did it for reasons so that they can run and control their lives. And they keep telling them that they are that there's white privilege, which means that being black is a disprivilege according to the liberal left. So therefore, if being black is a disprivilege, then that means, according to liberals, black people can never advance and become anything. And when you instill that type of mentality into an entire minority group, that does something to their psyche, and you can't do that. That is so absolutely disgusting. But there are a lot of people that have that type of mentality that fit in those various minority groups. But it's the ones that get out of that type of mentality that end up making themselves something out of themselves. And that's why it's so important for us to promote the mentality of being a success and telling you it doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow, whatever, you can make something of yourself. All that you have to do is just desire it and stop looking at yourself as being a disprivilege because of the color of your skin. Guys, anyway, that's what we had going on there. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that stuff. We have some other stuff coming up, so be sure to stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Are you looking for tickets to the hottest concerts, big game, or theater show? Look no further than StarFanTickets.com. We have amazing tickets to almost everything. No event is ever sold out. Why wait? It's easy to get the tickets you want at the prices you'll love. Simply search for the event. Then click the Find Tickets button. That's StarFanTickets.com. Join the StarFan crew mailing list and stay up to date on all the hottest events in your area. That's StarFanTickets.com. We have your tickets. Hashtag, you going?
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.CaidenCowgerProgram.com/sponsor.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger.
This is funny. This is pretty good. Listen to this. So this is from thehill.com.
Somebody had to say it.
And it says, opinion. Trump is losing his war against free press. Yep, that's an opinion. From thehill.com, this is written by Brent Brudkowski, columnist. On Tuesday night in Arizona, in addition to insulting both Republican senators from Arizona, President Trump yet again attacked the free press. Let's understand something. Donald Trump did not attack free press, okay? Donald Trump criticized the press. He did not criticize the right to freedom of press. So, liberal mainstream media, quit trying to twist his words into your own little demented view of what you think he says, because it's incorrect. All that you're doing is making yourself look like absolute morons that don't understand the English language, because Trump is not doing that. Because he's speaking you guys have said, this is the thing, the media has said that Donald Trump talks at the level of a fourth grader. Like, that's exactly what they have said. They've said that Donald Trump talks at a fourth grade level. If Trump talks at a fourth grade level, and you can't even properly understand what he is saying, that means that your thought process for understanding the English language is lower than a fourth grader's. Okay? I mean, my goodness, it's lower than a fourth grader. Because Donald Trump is speaking plainly. He's not attacking freedom of press. Donald Trump is criticizing the liberal mainstream media because the liberal mainstream media is constantly criticizing him, trying to take him out, because they hate his guts, because he's not a liberal. And the liberal mainstream media is becoming more and more vocal about their opposition to conservatives and about their endorsement of liberalism that Donald Trump's just calling them out on it, the dishonest media. And that's exactly what all you people are. You're just a bunch of corporate shills that are working for the Democratic Party. You're a hatchet job for the left. But anyway, we'll continue reading here. It says, Senator John McCain, Republican, and I say that half-heartedly, he's not a Republican from Arizona, responded at the time by suggesting that dictatorships start when authoritarian politicians attack the free press. Here's the deal. Did Obama not attack Rush Limbaugh? Oh, he's not press. Yes, he is. He's considered media. Did Obama not attack talk radio? Yes, he did. Is that freedom of press? Yes. Did Obama not attack Fox News? Yes, he did. President Obama openly attacked the media every single opportunity that he got. He did. He attacked the conservatives. But he, really sucked up to CNN and MSNBC and NBC and CBS. But when it came to Fox News, man, did he hammer them. Absolutely destroyed them. Every time he would always criticize them. So was Obama anti-freedom of press because he criticized organizations that were conservative, that didn't always agree with him and kiss his feet, kiss the ground that he walked on? No, he didn't. He didn't get any ounce of criticism for that. But when Donald Trump calls out the media, when they're spreading false reports about him, like racists were praising him after his remarks pertaining to the Charlottesville incident, when David Duke himself started criticizing Trump, saying that Trump basically completely betrayed all white supremacists. Betrayed the white race, I think, is sort of like in line with what he was saying. But anyway, no. David Duke was hammering Donald Trump. He was not receiving praise from white supremacists. That was a lie from the media. So that's what I mean, guys. These people are absolutely dishonest. And what, Trump is just supposed to sit back and say nothing? My goodness, you look throughout history. There have been a lot of presidents that have criticized the media. A lot of presidents that have criticized the media. So to say that, Trump opposes free press because he is at odds with the media, no, John McCain, that just means that you're a moron. That means, you might be a hero and everything, but just because you are a war hero does not mean that you're qualified to be in a political position. You're great on the battlefield, but you're not great in representing your constituents. How can you say that? The man's a hero. I have respect for veterans. I do. I respect vets. They risk a lot. They risk their lives for this country, but that does not mean that every single one of them has a mind for political purposes. It doesn't mean that all of them are prepared for higher leadership positions like representing constituents in the United States Senate. Especially when John McCain can't even conduct a relevant type of hearing without going off on his little banter and asking lines of questionings that don't make any sense. And he was doing that. Look up the last time. He needs to retire. That's what I meant. I said, keep John McCain in your prayer, but he needs to retire. I hope he recovers and retires. And then what happens? He ends up going back to Capitol Hill, and he said, let's see Donald Trump make America great again now, as he voted in support of Obamacare against the repeal. It's disgusting. McCain, McRaven, and countless others who have condemned Trump's attacks against the free press are absolutely right, according to this opinion from the Hill. It's not the free press's fault that not one major piece of legislation promoted by Trump has been passed by the Republican Congress in the first 7 months of his presidency. That not one major piece of legislation. It's not, let me reread that again. It's not the free press fault that not one major piece of legislation promoted by Trump has been passed, let me read that one more time. It is not the free press's fault that not one piece of legislation promoted by Trump has been passed by the Republican Congress in the first 7 months of his presidency. That could have been worded differently. That wasn't worded right. It is not free press fault that Trump repetitively attacks a growing list of Republican senators who raised questions about his competence, judgment, and fitness for office. Nor is it the free press fault that Trump keeps escalating his feud with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, whose support is essential if Trump will achieve passage of significant legislation in Congress. Yes, it is the free press fault. Actually, it's not freedom of press fault. It's not the freedom of press's fault, but it is the mainstream media's fault. Because shills like McCain and McRaven are completely manipulated by the media. They are complete robots, complete puppets for the same people that the media works for. They're liberals. They're all in it together. We have Republican liberals and we have liberal liberals. We have Democrat liberals. That didn't sound right. Liberal liberals. We have Democrat liberals. And that's the problem that we have that exists in Washington, D.C. There's slime in both parties. But I tell you that it's easier to drain the slime in the Republican Party when it's half full than the Democratic Party when it's boiling over. So that's why in the primary election, we're going to have to get a lot of these people out of there. Now, according to this, according to thehill.com, listen to this. Trump is losing his war against free press by a landslide. Yeah, you guys hope, because if he's not, that means that you all are losing your power. And if you guys are losing your power, that means that the money eventually stops coming in, because no one wants to listen to. Actually, people like George Soros are always going to make sure that you people are out there putting your propaganda. So I don't know if the money's going to stop coming in, but it does mean that people aren't going to be listening to you because people are already turning their backs to you. Like I said, even during the election, 75% of the American people said that the media wanted Hillary to win. I mean, it was just so clear. So people see media of bias today, be a Democrat or be a liberal, or be a conservative, I mean. But anyway, it says, when Trump fights for a repeal of Obamacare that is intensely disliked by a huge number of Americans, that's not true. It is the damage that his healthcare plan will inflict that causes his disapproval to rise in such great heights. Actually, his numbers are pretty decent right now. It's not the free press. Quit calling it the free press. It is, you guys. You are the shill mainstream media. You are the state-run media, the propaganda wing of the liberal Democratic Party. Yes, it is your fault. You are the opposition. You are part of the opposition. How can you say it? Well, I'm a member of the media too. I mean, guys, I guess when the media attacked me back when I was 13 years old, they were trying to take out freedom of speech. Who knew?
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.caidencowgerprogram.com/sponsor.
Like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. So it's great to have you with us. Yeah, so the media is having a massive temper tantrum right now. Here's some of the audio bits of Donald Trump's speech in Phoenix, Arizona, criticizing the media that they're saying is his attack against freedom of press, the free press.
What happened in Charlottesville strikes at the core of America. And tonight, this entire arena stands united in forceful condemnation of the thugs who perpetrate hatred and violence.
Right.
But the very dishonest media, those people right up there with all the cameras, and I mean truly dishonest people in the media and the fake media. They make up stories. They have no sources in many cases. They say a source says there is no such thing, but they don't report the facts. Just like they don't want to report that I spoke out forcefully against hatred, bigotry, and violence, and strongly condemned the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, and the KKK.
And, that's absolutely right. That is absolutely right. Trump condemned the Ku Klux Klan. He condemned white supremacists. And the media said that he didn't, and that white supremacists were actually praising his remarks, even though David Duke said, nope, he was wrong. And started going after Donald Trump and hammering him on Twitter. So, yeah, it's just so absolutely pathetic. The media is on board with liberals, and they do everything that they possibly can to make Donald Trump look bad. So, it's not all that surprising. But anyway, guys, so this is something that I have been really waiting to talk about. This is great. So, Hillary Clinton, Hillary Rotten Clinton, has come out from under her rock to attack Donald Trump in a new excerpt from her book that is coming out. And Hillary apparently revealed that she wished that she'd told Trump, "Back up, you creep," as he loomed over her at debates, making her skin crawl, in an excerpt from her autobiography. This is from Daily Mail. Listen to this. The first excerpts from Hillary Clinton's forthcoming book aired Wednesday on The Morning Joe. In the first, Clinton recalls her feelings about President Trump creeping behind her at the second presidential debate in St. Louis, Missouri. Actually, I viewed it more as Trump was walking back and forth like an angry gorilla, and it was absolutely hilarious because he was marking his territory. It was great. Oh, it's funny. But anyway, she says that she momentarily thought about him, about calling him a creep while his actions made her skin crawl. So here's what she said in her book. Listen to this. It's funny. "It was incredibly uncomfortable. He was literally breathing down my neck," Clinton said. "He made my skin crawl. My skin crawled." This is Hillary, okay? So we continue reading here, and it says, "Now, we were on a small stage, and no matter where I walked, he followed me closely, staring at me, making faces. The world heard him brag about groping women. Now, do you say calm? I assume that should be, do you stay calm, keep smiling and carry on as if he weren't repetitively invading your space? Or do you turn, look at him in the eye and say loudly and clearly, 'Back up, you creep! Get away from me!'" That's Hillary Clinton. "I know you love to intimidate women, but you can't intimidate me, so back up," Clinton mused. The former Secretary of State, Senator, and First Lady said she chose option A because she had been aided by a lifetime of dealing with difficult men trying to throw me off. Yeah, including her husband. My gosh, her husband. Now she calling Bill Clinton a creep. Bill Clinton is the biggest creep that we have ever had. Actually, Joe Biden's kind of creepy too. But Bill Clinton is like the president of all the creeps, okay? Like, he is a legit creep. I mean, my goodness, the guy, allegedly raped women. He assaulted women. Many women have come out saying that, Bill Clinton had sexual relations with them, that he was a philanderer. He lied about having a relationship with Monica Lewinsky. So, Hillary, now you know how Monica felt. And every time that you said that it was the women's fault, you were the enabler. So if Donald Trump is this bad, horrible, creepy person like you're saying, maybe have a little look at what how your husband treats other women, since he doesn't give you any attention. Which, I guess a woman like Hillary having, just a guy walking behind her makes her uncomfortable. That's the only type of attention that she's ever gotten from a male. But anyway, that's something, and she's married, so I can say that. But anyway, it says here, for nothing else but for better TV. I did, however, grip the microphone extra hard, she revealed. I gripped the microphone extra hard, so I was just so scared. I just gripped a hold of that microphone, and it was that's all I could do. I just felt so threatened, so unable to do anything. I should have called him a creep, so I couldn't do that because I was on national TV. So I just gripped that microphone really hard. If she can't handle Donald Trump walking behind her, how in the world could she handle Putin? If Donald Trump made her uncomfortable and made her skin crawl, how in the world would she have been able to handle Vladimir? How in the world would she have been able to handle the North Korea situation? I mean, that just shows you that Hillary was not prepared for the office, and that she has, very thin skin when it comes to how people act around her. But that shows me that Trump did a great job of getting her off her, making her uncomfortable, and getting her off her regular pre-rehearsed routine. So that's great. But anyway, it says what Clinton doesn't mention in the soundbite is the same debate where Trump paraded around the victims of her husband. Yeah, all right. Paraded around the victims of her husband. Former President Bill Clinton, including Paula Jones, whose sexual harassment lawsuit led to the uncovering of the president's Monica Lewinsky affair, which led to his impeachment, though he was acquitted in the Senate. Trump, whose campaign was reeling in the aftermath of the release of the Access Hollywood tapes, decided to muddy the waters by bringing up Bill Clinton's sexual misdeeds too, trying to label Hillary Clinton as basically an enabler, labeling her as being complicit with what her husband has been engaging in. Before the start of the St. Louis debate, Trump held a press conference with Jones, with Broderick, with Wiley, and with Sheldon. Broderick accused Bill Clinton of rape. Wiley accused him of sexual harassment, while Sheldon had spoken out against Hillary as a lawyer, defending the man who raped her as a child. Trump's theatrics later extended to the debate stage as he paced behind Hillary, menacingly. So that's the thing, and that's something that's important to point out. Donald Trump, made a remark engaging in what would be considered locker room talk, having come out of a high school locker room, even though I personally never have used language like that because, I'm kind of the whole Christian thing, and, just the whole moral thing, I just wouldn't do it. And I have, it's just wrong. You don't talk that way, period. And you don't do that stuff. But, Donald Trump being someone that, didn't have any knowledge of the Lord at the time. It's, and from what I've heard, he's doing better now, but it's just, that's expected of a worldly guy to engage in that type of language, because I've heard it before. But the thing is that Bill Clinton actually did it. Bill Clinton actually raped women. Bill Clinton actually had affairs with women. Bill Clinton actually assaulted women, or allegedly. Allegedly. Because, the Clintons can get by with anything. But anyway, it says that in the book, I write about moments from the campaign that I wish I could go back and do over. If the Russians could hack my subconscious, they'd find a long list, she joked.
Keeping America straight.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China...
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.caidencowgerprogram.com/sponsor.
Like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. So I have the actual audio bit that was played on MSNBC, MSLSD, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. MSLSD, the morning show. And they read the excerpt from Hillary Clinton's new book that is coming out, the autobiography, saying that Donald Trump made her skin crawl as he was roaming around behind her. Go ahead and listen to this. This is from the Morning Joe.
I don't have all the answers, and this isn't a comprehensive account of the 2016 race. That's not for me to write.
No.
I have too little distance and too great a stake in it. Instead, this is my story. I want to pull back the curtain on an experience that was exhilarating, joyful, humbling, infuriating, and just plain baffling. Writing this wasn't easy.
Me.
Every day that I was a candidate for president, I knew that millions of people were counting on me, and I couldn't bear the idea of letting them down. But I did. I couldn't get the job done. And I'll have to live with that for the rest of my life. In this book, I write about moments from the campaign that I wish I could go back and do over. If the Russians could hack my subconscious, they'd find a long list. I also capture some moments I want to remember forever, like when my tiny granddaughter raced into the room while I was practicing my convention speech, and what it was like, hours later, to step on stage to deliver that speech as the first woman ever nominated by a major political party for President of the United States.
First woman to lose, too.
In the excerpt, we have Secretary Clinton also address this moment from October. You'll remember this, when Donald Trump stood directly behind her while the two candidates debated at Washington University in St. Louis.
This is not okay, I thought. It was the second presidential debate, and Donald Trump was looming behind me. 2 days before, the world heard him brag about groping women. Now we were on a small stage, and no matter where I walked, he followed me closely, staring at me, making faces. It was incredibly uncomfortable. He was literally breathing down my neck. My skin crawled. It was one of those moments where you wish you could hit pause and ask everyone watching, well, what would you do? Do you stay calm, keep smiling, and carry on as if he weren't repeatedly invading your space? Or do you turn, look him in the eye, and say loudly and clearly, back up, you creep. Get away from me. I know you love to intimidate women, but you can't intimidate me, so back up. I chose option A. I kept my cool, aided by a lifetime of dealing with difficult men trying to throw me off. I did, however, grip the microphone extra hard. I wonder, though, whether I should have chosen option B. It certainly would have been better TV. Maybe I have overlearned the lesson of staying calm, biting my tongue, digging my fingernails into a clenched fist, smiling all the while, determined to present a composed face to the world.
So that was Hillary Clinton, yeah. So anyway, guys, and here's the thing. You know, if you felt so uncomfortable about Donald Trump lurking behind you, try actually being sexually assaulted like what your husband has done to multiple women. Matter of fact, such a great number that we don't even know them all. So, I mean, yeah, you're an enabler. You maybe got a little taste of what your husband does to women. So, yeah, you have really no place to talk. And I got to say, you know, you are the least woman that anyone would ever want to do anything to. So yeah, don't worry about that. It's just so absolutely pathetic, absolutely ridiculous that she's trying to portray Trump as being this, you know, sexual creep. And it's just so absolutely pathetic. But there again, she is doing this reverse racism thing. I have fought men all my life. Men have always stood in the way. Well, you know what? Sorry, you lost. And the reason why you lost partially was because you used reversed sexism, and it didn't work because men kind of make up around 50% of the population. So, yeah, anyway, guys, that's the show for today. I want to thank you for listening to us. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com, and for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you, God bless, and God save this nation.